Okay, I'm going to tell you some things about what the inner workings of people on the department. And I think I've said it before on realcopstoryvideos.com that most police agencies have to pass a battery of psychological exams. And the reason is because a psychologist has to sign off on you because you're carrying a weapon and you're responsible for people's lives pretty much. And so you have to be stable. Okay, how stable as you can be, but you have to be stable. Well, in the course of working, you find out that some officers started stable and they became kind of funny, okay? And when I came on, most of the guys in the academy for a good 5 or 6 years most of them were Vietnam veterans, all branches, okay? Women too, a few of them. So you get that exposure, and most of the time it doesn't affect them obviously when you're taking these battery exams and you get hired and you're police officers. So I was working day watch and I hooked up with a guy. I've been on the job probably 6 years now, and he's about the same. We're training officers, and we're working together. So he's a Vietnam vet, Marine, and all that, wounded and all that good stuff. Okay, so we're riding day shift, and so again, like I said, other stories. We don't have time to sit down and eat. We do have time to eat, but really quickly. So there was a burger stand that you had a parking lot in the back and a drive up through the front, and we'd go in back in there and pull our police car by the front, facing out. And then we'd basically leave our radio on, and we'd order food, and we eat on the hood of the car because we don't have time to sit down. It's Sunday morning. It's quiet. Okay, so we're sitting there, and we're just got our breakfast down. We're eating, and we see a car go by. This major street's quiet. I mean, it's really quiet. Hardly any traffic. And the car goes by, and my partner looks up and goes, "Oh, look at that guy! I know he's going to come. I know he's going to come over here and look at it." Because the guy drove by and looked at us, and it was a Caucasian guy, and we're in a heavy Latino area, so. When he gives us that look, I call that pinning. He pinned us. It means he's looking for help. Okay. So sure enough, he comes, he pulls to the curb, he gets out, he walks towards us, and my partner's closest to him, and he comes up and he goes, "Excuse me, sir." And he goes, and my partner, again, you think he passed psychological exams, you think he passed good common sense exam, if they even have one, goes, "What do you want?" I go, "Uh-oh," because I know my partner, man, he's really gruff. He goes, "Well, I'm trying to find the Rose Bowl." Okay, now we were near the Rose Bowl, okay? And I wonder if you give me some directions. And he goes, "Hey," he goes, "when you're having breakfast, does somebody come up to you and ask you for directions to the Rose Bowl?" He said, "What am I, the shell answer man?" And I'm going, "Oh my gosh, you're kidding me." And he looks at me and goes, "Now go sit down until I get done with my breakfast." And the guy goes and sits down. And I'm thinking to myself, you got to be kidding me, okay? So he's looking at me, and he's looking at my partner. He's just sitting there. Didn't order coffee. He's sitting like a park bench, just sitting there. So I go in the car, I got a piece of paper, left my food there. I walked on, "Hey, how's it going?" "Oh, here, let me give you a map real quick." So you're right here. Here you go. It took me a minute, okay? Here you go. You're all set? Yeah, that's it. Just make sure you go here. Make sure you make that right thing up there, and you're good to go. "Well, thank you very much." "Oh, no problem." Okay. So he smiles at me, okay, not at my partner. He gets his car and takes off. So I go back and I'm eating. We get in the car and I go, because we're both senior officers. We're both same rank. I go, "Hey, man," I said, "What was that all about?" He goes, "I don't like being bothered with people. I eat my breakfast." "Hey, look, man." I said, "Look, I don't care what you do, but here's the problem. If he goes to a supervisor and says, 'This officer said this to me,' and that little shell answer man crack, okay, but that should be a big commercial back in the day." I said, "He's going to come to us and he's going to tell me what happened. I'm going to tell him what happened. I'm not going to hide you from this. You can't be talking to people like that." "Oh, I said, "You can't, man. Come on." He goes, "Well, my wife and I are fighting." And, "Oh, okay, here we go. He's got personal problems, but that's fine. But you can't bring it to the job site. If you're in an office, you're going to bring it to an office and yell at somebody? No, you keep it in. You tell your friend at lunch. You deal with it. And we're not supposed to do that." So just don't do that, man. Don't put me in a position where I have to dime you off. I'm not going to protect you on this. Okay, this poor guy took me a minute to give him directions. It's up one freeway and off at one street, and you're there. All right, I won't do it again. Okay, fine. Okay, so that's fine. So then he goes on vacation a couple weeks. Here's the second story. I've got two stories into this. Remember this guy, okay? And he also tells me that he really doesn't like Asians. Now here's the problem. He lumped in who he fought against. He lumped that group into all Asians. Okay, because we talked about that. I said, there's Japanese, there's Chinese. I don't like them all. Well, apparently he just got, again, you think you guys are stable, but apparently he's got a little thing here about just Asians. Doesn't matter where they're from. Well, I could see having a problem with, I don't have a problem with Vietnamese to this day. It's the way it is. But I'm not going to hate all Asians because of that. My gosh, there's millions of them. You can't be doing that. They're not involved in any of this. Anyway, so he's on vacation. He comes back. "Hey, welcome back." So we're driving around again. When you're sitting in a car with somebody with 8 hours, you talk about a lot of things. So he's over there talking about, yeah, I went to the Grand Canyon. Oh, did you have a good time? Yeah, I RV'd over there. Oh, that's great. I RV too. Okay, fine. He starts laughing, and I'm going, uh-oh. I got this little sinister laugh. What did he do? He goes, oh, you like what I did? I said, I'm not sure I like what you did, but tell me anyway. So he goes, well, I'm over at the Grand Canyon, and he used the G word, okay? You may know what that is, people. It's G-O-O-K for Asian people. I don't like that word, okay? But he used the G word. They walk up to me, and he says, I think they were Japanese. And I go, okay. And I know he doesn't like any Asians. And they didn't speak very much English, and he wanted me to take pictures of them overlooking the Grand Canyon. Oh, sure. So I got the camera. I remember, people, this is before digital cameras. This is when you had film, So, oh, yeah, I'll take the picture. So I took a bunch of pictures for him, and they thanked me and everything else, and off they went. And I go, well, what's funny about that? He goes, well, he smiles. I go, what? He goes, where do they develop them? What did you do? I cut off their heads on all the pictures. I was shooting sky, bodies, legs. Go, come on, man. He goes, that's pretty funny. I go, no, it's not. These guys all the way from Tokyo, wherever they're from, come all the way to the Grand Canyon. You got a nice strapping American with a wife and a couple of kids to take a picture. And this, you got it with the heads cut off? Oh, yeah, I did all of them. Oh, come on. Okay. So he thought that was pretty funny. And I'm like, whew. Well, I've done some funny things in my life. That's kind of cold. Okay, come on. They just want pictures taken, But anyway, so that's my level-headed, psychologically test-passed partner. And so you never know what's out there, man. It's tough. But that's my two little mini stories. I hope you enjoyed them. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.